and I'm going to be talking to you for about 45 minutes on to explore the challenges of gender transitioning. And I was saying to your colleagues in the green room before we went live, the reason I'm keen to invest my time in supporting colleagues in the NHS and supporting organisations is because it benefits me as a service user. And for me, it's important that I get treated fairly, with dignity, with respect, and also helping to educate medical professionals. That's why I'm here today, to try and uncover those challenges and hopefully educate you in a way that you can start thinking more clearly about how you could be a better, if you like, professional supporting trans patients and service users. And I was introduced, and we talk about DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, equality, justice, belonging, all these buzzwords. There's this anti-woke pushback, and trans people are getting too many rights, whatever it may be. Why does it really matter to you as a professional in the healthcare, or you as an individual in your social life, in society? If you can deliver a positive experience to all of the people that come in contact with you as an individual and you as an organisation, that's got to be the real benefit we're trying to achieve here. So that's the ultimate aim of the entire presentation, is to help you deliver positive people experiences, excellent, top-notch experiences to the people that you come in contact with and come in contact with your trust. I want to start by talking about the who, the what and the how before we talk about some of the challenges we go through. So someone who is assigned male at birth and then realises their gender identity isn't the same as that was assigned to them. I don't ascribe to one gender or another gender, or the absence of gender, a vacuum of gender, if you like, where people aren't subscribing to the social construct of gender. Each person, whether they're transmasculine, transfeminine, gender fluid or non-binary, has a different need and a different way that they want to be treated, their pronouns, the language they use. You take estrogen, maybe testosterone blockers, in order to feminize some of the appearances you may have, but also to maybe develop breast tissue or other attributes or secondary characteristics of sex. So that's driving license, passport, changing your NHS records, those various aspects, or applying for something called a gender recognition certificate, which it takes about 2 years. Well, you have to have an eligibility requirement of 2 years. And then you have to provide a lot of evidence that you send off to the gender recognition panel. That process of the gender recognition panel, it takes a minimum of about 30 weeks at the moment. So we've got to be careful sometimes if we're trying to ensure that people are non-binary, people are transmasculine, who need that support for menopause, need that support for period products and menstruation. That's that questioning phase. And I would say most people who transition in the end go through this phase where they're trying to figure themselves out. And I often say to people that transitioning for me was relatively easy because I've been through these stages and I kind of knew who I was. You try and find literature for a 50-year-old to come out to their 80-year-old parents. So we've got to recognise maybe the person you're seeing in your care is not necessarily the trans, non-binary person. They may be going through their own mental health journey, their own tragedy, their own loss, their own fear of rejection, their own mental health needs. And I think it never occurred to me is my wife would have to come out in the same way that gay, lesbian, bi people come out, trans people come out. So that never occurred to me at the beginning, the fact that other people have to come out. I say coming out every day, still dealing with things, still have medical professionals, still having to correct people, misgendering people. That belongingness, that friendship, those social activities, that getting us out of our home, getting us out doing things, really, really impact mental health if you lose all that overnight, especially when you had a very strong network. When I walk out the front door, there's this relentless onslaught on a daily basis in the media, fueled by people with less than positive trans views. And most of it is directed at trans women, not necessarily at transmasculine people or non-binary people. So my belongingness, my mental health, my ability to succeed in the world is a huge amount of back pressure against me. How can you learn about some lived experience, meet some people, understand what's going on, rather than just seeing what you read in the papers? My Audible library, so you can listen to that, so see some of the books and things I read, plus some FAQs if you want to get hold of those.